I made a film in Scotland in 2015 with my brother Isaac and my good friend Ian. We had zero acting experience and very limited filmmaking experience, and we had to film it in 10 days. When we finally finished post production in 2018, we were fortunate enough to premiere the film at the Front Range Film Festival, where we won Best Feature Film. All right, so we're about to do the premiere of Carve The Runes. Congratulations, Solanjava.
Slanjaba.
Maybe even more special was being able to screen the film in our hometown of Madison, Wisconsin, at a beautiful old theater in front of our family and friends. We're proud of what we accomplished, but we recognize the limitations of our acting and filmmaking ability. So I'd love to see this story taken up by a professional film crew with real actors. If that's you or someone you know, hit me up in the comments. The film is a drama about two brothers engaging with mortality, climate change, and humanity. Note that this is fictional, but it's based on some very real concerns regarding health issues that my brother endured. I'm happy to report, though, that Isaac is currently very healthy. You're about to watch the short film version of our story. If you'd like to see the full feature, I put a link above as well as in the description. At the end of the film, I'll discuss some of the behind-the-scenes quixoticness, including how we almost lost all our footage and how we almost actually died. And now, without further ado, I present Carve.
At last, a house of winter, find on the sill, intricate eyes, jewelry, a snowflake. Open one dark door, wind flung a golden moth, soon a candle flame, tranquil and tall.
Hey there,
Morning.
how you feeling?
Like I got hit by a moped. I'm excited to check out your research site.
Oh, you're gonna love it up there, it's beautiful. Hey, I found that bar you were talking about, where that poet used to hang out.
George Mackay Brown.
Yes,
How do you feel about heading down there tonight?
I think we should go down there and get dinner.
Breaks, it is a white rose.
I've been thinking there's gotta be something we can do about this. I mean, listen, there's these clinical trials out there. People have been living.
Kai, I've looked into it. There's nothing I can do. What I can do is learn how to be content with silence.
What does that mean?
Well, this is one of the poems I marked for you. It's called A Work for Poets. To have carved on the days of our vanity a sun, a ship, a star, a cornstalk. Also a few marks from an ancient forgotten time a child may read, that not far from the stone a well might open for wayfarers. Carve the runes, then be content with silence.
What about raging against the dying of the light?
I do want to rage. That's what it means to carve the runes, but then I do want to go gentle into that good night.
If there's any chance, you gotta seize it.
There is no chance for a cure. That fight is over. I could prolong my life for a few months and be miserable, but I feel good right now. And I need a clear mind so I can come to peace with this. I came here because I need your help with that.
All right.
All right. You can start by ordering us another round.
To George Macabre. To Langeva.
A bud breaks. It is a white rose. We think in the heart of the house a table is set with a wine jar and broken bread.
Those same old hags would weave into their moans an undersong of terrible holy joy.
Cricket, but he needed to hit the cricket. We don't follow. We're Scottish cricket. Oh, you don't care about cricket?
She took Colin to her mom's for the week.
How does he kind of know what's going on? Or?
Not really. He gets that there's a lot of sadness in our house. The other day, he told me, "It's okay, Papa. You'll feel better." Yeah. One of the hardest things is knowing that he probably won't even remember me when he grows up.
Oscar, the way you've loved him and raised him, that's going to shape who he is for the rest of his life.
I love you so much.
I love you so much.
Thank you. Are you having a nice time with Mama?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
We're squirting.
Whoa, what are you squirting?
I'm squirting water.
Will you go to Inverness, bonny laddie, heeling laddie? There you'll see the heeling dress, bonny laddie, heeling laddie. On his head the bonnet blue, bonny laddie, heeling laddie. Tartan plaid and heeling trews, bonny laddie, heeling laddie. I have been at the crooked den, bonny laddie, heeling laddie, watching Wally and his
Great.
men. Bonny
Now, when we bring this back, we can put it in that program I was telling you about.
Bonny laddie, heeling laddie, there at last they got their due. Bonny laddie, heeling laddie, when he drew his good bird sword. Bonny laddie.
This fog reminds me of that time we were up on Mount Baker.
Oh yeah.
When I got to the top, it took us like an hour to find each other again. And I was just up there, all by myself. All that fog. Couldn't really see where I was going. No trails.
10 years ago, this snowfield filled that whole bowl at this time of year. And these lichens here, they depend on late-lying snowfields for their survival. You know, these guys they're doomed. Yeah, I'm pretty glad to be done with work for a little while. So it'll be cool to get out and do some adventuring.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. Psyched.
Yep.
Hey, doing all right?
Yeah. I was talking to Kate last night, and she actually wants me to come home. But I guess, you know, that whole pregnancy thing must be affecting her more than I thought it was.
Yeah.
It's just more and more likely to happen again. I told her I'm just not gonna think about it right now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go out. I want to go have some fun. We're gonna have a great time.
All right.
You know, there's something about Scotland that makes me understand what you were saying about having hope for the world. It seems like maybe people really are starting to care about the environment.
Even the Pope's an environmentalist.
I never thought I'd see eye to eye with a pope. Can you imagine growing up like Dad?
Getting your knuckles wrapped for spelling a word wrong.
Yeah. Or being threatened with hell for not being baptized.
Well, actually, I think Grandma got us both secretly baptized, so you don't have to worry about that.
She didn't do that.
Yeah, that's what Mom said.
That's awesome.
That people raise a fracas about wines and drunken Bacchus, and gloomy names and stories grate upon our ears and rack us. I sing the juice of barley, in glass or jar I slake it, or my music's good old starch drink, or the devil he may take it. Mush-a-ring, dum-a-doo, dum-a-da. Whack for my daddy-o, whack for my daddy-o, there's barley in the jar. I took another foaming jug, perhaps.
You know, I just hope that you have some optimism for the future of...
I do. But whether or not the world is getting better, I know that you and I have had wonderful lives. We've been very lucky.
On the one hand, I feel like it's amazing that we have been so privileged to have enjoyed our time on this planet. But on the other hand, I would feel cheated. And you feel more cheated if it's taken away from you too soon.
Yeah, that's probably the definition of dying young.
How do you reconcile that?
One of the great parts about this visit with you is being reminded about what a good life it has been. I am really sad that it's coming to an end. I'm not trying to deny that. I don't want to leave. I love this world.
I want you to stay. I wish you...
I have to do what I'm doing, but you still have unfinished business. I know Kate feels that way. Did you see that big sea stack that was sticking out of the cliff?
Yeah, that was cool. That was amazing.
Did you notice that there's a picture of it on the wall over there?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I went and checked it out, and it's got a little quote from Brown underneath. You want to hear what he says?
Yeah.
See, old sculptor, carves from the western ramparts, stack and cave and scary, sweet harvests with sagas of salt and stone.
That's good stuff.
Hey,
Hey.
I was just at the Stromness Museum. The historian told me that his niece lives right down the street.
Wow.
She said we should go knock on her door.
Beachcomber. Monday, I found a boot. Rust and salt leather. I gave it back to the sea to dance in. Tuesday, a spar of timber worth 30 bob. Next winter, it will be a chair, a coffin, a bed. Wednesday, a half can of Swedish spirits. I tilted my head. The shore was cold with mermaids and angels. Thursday I got nothing. Seaweed, a whalebone, wet feet and a loud cough. Friday I held a seaman's skull, sand spilling from it, the way time is told on kirkyard stones. Saturday, a barrel of sodden oranges. A Spanish ship was wrecked last month at the Cairn. Sunday, for fear of the elders, I sit on my bum. What's heaven? A sea chest with 1,000 gold coins. You know, there's a picture of him sitting in this seat.
Mm.
Yeah. The Booker Prize sort of sort of put him into that lofty, and more people bought his books and suddenly he had money, but then he died shortly after that. So.
Something I think about now is I used to feel as though there would be time to do everything, and almost any experience I had I could have again, and I could go anywhere. And lately I've felt that there's maybe just enough time to do something, but do it well, if I'm diligent and have some grace.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't seem like someone who scrambled around after things, but
Oh, he didn't.
let things come and paid attention to what was right at hand.
Yes, and he appreciated every day. And I suppose he knew that one day he would be in that kirkyard. Kirkyard. A silent, conquering army, the island's dead. Column on column, each with a stone banner raised above his head. A green wave full of fish drifted far, in wavering, westering, ebb-drawn shoals beyond sinker or star. A labyrinth of celled and waxen pain, yet I come to the honeycomb often to sip the finished fragrance of men.
I've column rados and it liwyd in cos and eos o canap i'r weg and it liwyd i'r her a bonnes a sef in nans o canam a deg. So kanamadeg na filvetigen na vithin na wen na geron il tegavevos tiag liwat an gam na neos mas plan o hwydda
All right, Kai. It's getting dark. We're at the cottage. I'm about 7, you're about 9. And we're lying in the hammock. Remember this?
Yeah.
We'd be lying out there and you'd be like, Oscar, did you hear that? And I'd be like, shut up. And you'd be like, Oscar, I'm serious. There's werewolves out here.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you took off like a crazy man. And I was on the hammock for about a split second before I realized I'm scared as shit right now.
And then I'd see you come running past me like a blur. Running past me like your life depended on it. Back to the cottage.
I'm scared, man. I'm on that hammock.
Don't come running after me this time. You're not alone.
Man needs something he can hold on to.
9-pound woman.
A
Or a
hammer
hammer like you.
Either one of them things will do.
I did not say.
Lost you just the same. I found myself
Face down in a ditch. Blood in my hair. Blues on my lips. A picture of you holding a picture of me in the pocket of my blue jeans.
Brother, I'm moving back to Colorado.
Yeah?
I need to be with Kate. I want to have a kid.
You ready for those stinky diapers?
I'm ready for all of it.
My Lord, what a morning. My high Lord, what a morning. My Lord, what a morning. When the stars begin to fall. Oh, sinners, what will we do? Oh, sinners, what will we do? Sinners, what will we do when the stars begin to fall? My Lord, what a morning. My high Lord, what a morning. My Lord, what a morning. When the stars begin to fall. Will there be time to find salvation? Will there be time to find salvation? Will there be time to find salvation when the stars begin to fall? My Lord, what a morning. My high Lord, what a morning. My Lord, what a morning. When the stars begin to fall.
We actually shot that last scene in reverse order. We wanted it to appear as if we had spent the night out on the shore and were kind of resting as the morning came. But actually, that was because of logistics, we filmed that all in the evening. So we filmed that very last scene first, and then we went and filmed as it got darker. We filmed the scenes of us drinking and singing and all that. Also, because of the logistics of our trip, we couldn't film everything chronologically. So all the scenes from Edinburgh that you see were actually filmed on our last night there. And we were sitting in our hotel room on our last night, uploading our footage to the hard drives as we did every day. And I tripped over one of the wires and knocked the hard drive down and broke it. Fortunately, we had another hard drive. We had two going, so we had a backup. But we were, a little nervous because we were just down to that one. Well, the next day we flew out of Edinburgh to Heathrow, which was an absolute cluster. And we barely made our flight, and my bag did not make our flight. In fact, it came a few days later, and it was missing about $2,000 worth of lenses, all the lenses we had for the filming. Luckily for us, I had taken that precious last hard drive and put it in my carry-on. And so our footage survived, because that surely would have been stolen if it had been in my checked bag. Can I just say that making a film is difficult? We were pretty naive going into this. I thought I might have some leisure time for fly fishing and golf. Well, the filming and script writing on the fly and traveling and just, uploading all the footage, all the logistics, it was all consuming. And we were pretty exhausted. And our morale was pretty low. About halfway through the trip, we were driving from Dorney to Dunrobin Castle. And on these little tiny roads that they have where people just fly down the roads. And we had pulled off the road to look at something, and it happened to be at kind of a blind curve. So as I was pulling back onto the road, I really couldn't tell if a car was coming around the corner. Well, I just had to go out. And as soon as I did, even though there hadn't been any traffic on that road, a car just came screaming around the corner, and it was about to broadside us. I gunned the engine and went almost into the forest, straight across the road. And they braked and swerved and just barely missed us. That turned out to be a galvanizing moment for us. Facing our mortality in the real world helped us appreciate each other and kind of the mission that we had set out to accomplish. It would have been really interesting to have had somebody making a documentary of our making of this film, the near tragedies, the equipment malfunctions, and our interactions with each other, both the camaraderie as well as the friction, would have been compelling. One of the best aspects of this film was the music, some of which was written and performed exclusively for the film, and all of which was written and performed by good friends and family members. In fact, I wrote one of the songs, or rather it was a mashup, Barley in the Jar, of Whiskey in the Jar and an old Robert Burns poem. And my good friend Mike Bruneau performed it. In addition to the incredible journey of making a film with two of the people I cherish the most in the world, it was amazing to experience the beauty of Scotland as well as the hospitality of the people. In fact, a lot of the story was informed by people we met along the way, including the people at the pub in Edinburgh and in Dorney, and especially Ingrid Morrison, the niece of George Mackay Brown, who was my brother's muse in the movie, who he kind of tracked down when we were on Stromness, and she was gracious enough to play along with our story and to recite some of George Mackay Brown's poems. The whole project was one of the greatest adventures of my life, and I'm so appreciative of all the people who were a part of it. If you have any questions about the film or the making of the film, put them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Line?